Sorry, guys, for being a little bit late. I was talking to some players. Sorry.
Champagne or coffee?
Coffee. No. And yeah, it's good that you asked because this is not even close, like with the main goals that we have for this year. So of course, it's very happy day for the whole franchise, the club, the staff, everyone, the players, the fans. But still, we have too many things to achieve this year, and this is just the beginning. So still my coffee. Once we win a trophy, then maybe champagne.
Well, to achieve those things, what did you do well tonight, and what do you need to improve upon?
Well, many things. I think it was a very positive game in many phases of the game. Offensively was very good. The beginning of the game, I think we should have scored a goal earlier. It didn't come, but I like the mentality of the team, where we continue creating chances and disrupting Montreal's defensive line. So offensively was very good, very creative. I like the numbers inside the box, the fluidity, the directness in our attacks. And then defensively, I really like the way we were defending in the transition moments. I'm very picky with my wingers, with my 10, with my 9. Sprint back, be goal-sided. Once we lose the ball, everybody, either we press immediately in the area of the ball, or if we are broken, we have to sprint back. When we didn't do that in the first half, a couple chances we got in behind. So very pleased with those attackers because they were creating chances, but also helping to defend. It wasn't an easy game for the defenders to defend against tall guys inside the box. Actually, they created a few chances, but goalkeeper, defenders, center mids, they had a tremendous game defensively as well. And then in the transitions, I think the transitions were very good. When we were fast, we talk about being more direct in the transition moments. So the subs, I mean, many positives out of the game. The only probably negative is not keeping the clean sheet, which I'm still hopeful that we can get more in the season, but overall a very good game.
Hey, Coach, can you just talk a little bit about some of the younger guys, Tyler Wolf, Jay Fortune making a few appearances, Evan Mosquera, and just how they're progressing in this latter half of the year?
Well, talking about young players, Caleb Wiley, most appearances in MLS for the team, for a homegrown, 53 appearances. So he set a new record, and many more to come. So great for him. The young players, Tyler, Edwin, I think they are doing very good. I mean, Ajani, he came in a tough moment of the game. I felt that Tristan had too many minutes this week. And when I need Ajani, he's fantastic at keeping possession of the ball, not hiding to move the ball from back to front, puts the challenges, put the defensive intensity that we need in that part of the field. So very pleased with that. And Tyler, I think Tyler had a very good game. In the few moments that he touched the ball, he really applied a lot of quality, and also defensively, he was also outstanding. He blocked a very good shot in top of the box in the second half, and he was very good. So young players, whoever enters the game, TRS debut and creating a red card for the opponent. So many positives out of those game changers.
Gonzalo, you talk a lot about the wingers. You mentioned earlier this season just the importance of having those guys playing well. I think you mentioned it a little bit earlier today. Shanda tonight, a goal and an assist. Saba, I believe a secondary assist this evening. How have they? I feel like I've asked this before, but it just seems like this chemistry has just been just so solid with them and with the rest of the attack. What do you foresee for them, just as far as improvement?
Well, continue getting good performances. What I would say is not just Shande and Sava, Edwin, is Tyler Wolf, is Matchup Chol, the moments that we've been using them. And that competition is going to make them better, because you saw today Shande had a very good game. I mean, he had goal and assist, but he could have actually maybe 3 or 4 assists in the first half. And then Sava, I think he had one direct assist from Jaku, the first goal, and then the Shande's goal. But also he could have more, and then Edwin enters the game and impacts with a goal. So it feels like they are competing against each other as well on who's more productive. But at the same time, they're unselfish. They are trying to make the team successful, and if they have to pass pass the ball instead of shooting, they do. And all those little things that are so important for the chemistry in the final third. So very pleased with the performance of all of my wingers.
Coach, two questions. First of all, what do you think of Jamal Tiare's debut? What can you bring to the team? And second, Santiago Sosa and Derek Etienne have now been absent for 2 or 3 matches from the matchday roster. Could you just tell us what's going on with them?
Well, first with Jamal, I think you saw a little bit of that. I have to put some parentheses that he's been out of training for a very, very long time. He's been training here only 2 weeks, so he was limited in terms of minutes, but also albeit in terms of performance, the expectations have to be in line with the amount of training sessions he had. For me, because I want the integration to speed it up a little bit, I decided to put him a little bit at the end of the game, so he starts to feel the bands, he starts to feel the energy, he starts to know his teammates on the field in a game, the intensity in MLS, all that. So it was good, but the expectations have to be in line with a guy that has been out for long period of time and training 2 weeks. But the directness of his runs, he's a great finisher. You can see that in training sessions. He's very good at finishing, and then his runs in behind, his defensive attributes at times are also very good. So I think we have a good striker in Jamal Tiare as well. Then on Santi and Derek, yes, I mean, there's competition. For me, this is the time of the year where I have to go for the players that are more informed, and not just exactly probably the better or the sharpest or that is the guys that are in better form in training sessions, in the games. When I give them minutes, they need to perform, because now is not the moment where I try to give minutes just to see the evolution. Now we're in a critical moment, and at the moment there are other players that are ahead of them. But my message to everyone in the team is they have to continue performing, continue training, and then if they are back in form, they are welcome back. So it's nothing crazy for me. It's competition in the team.
After the DC match on Wednesday, you talked about how after like the first 15 or 20 minutes, y'all kind of got stuck in the offense. You weren't switching the ball very well, kind of making some sloppy touches, some poor decisions with the passing. How would you characterize the improvement in that tonight? And second question, what will you spend working on next week with the team?
Well, yes, I feel like we learned the lesson on DC. I have to say also that the field in DC was a little bit thicker and it was very slow. So at times our passes should have been in the space, and then the field will slow it down, and then we lost probably 3 or 4 passes from there, and then we start to lose control. But that's maybe an excuse, but it's something that is in the back of my head that maybe is a reason why we were not as sharp as today. When we have fast fields, when we have fields that the ball moves fast, I think we are normally pretty good. But yeah, credit to the players, they were sharp in everything there. And then what I'm going to work is, number one, is balance the load of the team. Again, we had 3 games in a week. There are players with a lot of fatigue, a lot of minutes. So we will try to balance that. And also the guys that didn't play too much, we will try to balance the fitness levels. But at some point, once we are closer to Philadelphia's game, I'm going to try to continue with moving the ball fast. For me, moving the ball fast, especially when the teams start to press us, is pivotal for the style of the team, because more and more teams are going to try to press us, and then we have to be faster in the way we disrupt the midfield, because now we know that we have that speed on the flanks and that creativity. So moving the ball faster is going to be one of my emphasis, the fluidity in midfield. So those are areas of improvement.
You mentioned there's still several goals left for y'all to achieve, but just how meaningful was sealing that playoff berth tonight?
Yeah, it's very meaningful, of course, 31 games, and we got it, especially after last year we didn't achieve that. For me, for Atlanta, it should be the minimum requirement of a season. So, of course, I'm very happy. I think kudos to the club, to the staff, to the players. They've been doing an amazing job. But again, for me, we barely start to see what we can do. So many things to come, and this is a good goal, but there are many more to come.